Tonight, see how you can be a part of raising awareness for dating and domestic violence victims here on campus.
As sports are on its way back, sports fans are too. See when you will be allowed to cheer for your favorite sports team in the stands.
And see why rapper Little Nas X is being sued over his controversial shoe release.
Don't go anywhere. WTOP 10 Nightly News starts now.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Wayne Russell.
And I'm Caroline Evans.
Rapper Little Nas X is being sued by Nike after the release of a shoe called Satan Shoes, each with a drop of human blood. This strange shoe came after Little Nas X released a music video where he seduces the devil. Each pair are individually numbered and have a custom number on the side. In the lawsuit, six pair of ex-boyfriend in 2010. To learn more about the organization founded in Yardley's honor, you can visit joinonelove.org.
Mayor Billy Barlow announced a partnership between the City of Oswego and Pathfinder Bank to start a program called Heroes as Neighbors. This program will help cover closing costs for frontline workers and first responders buying homes in Oswego. With $100,000 in total funding, eligible participants will receive up to $5,000 to cover closing costs. Eligible participants include registered nurses, licensed practical nurses, doctors, firefighters, police officers, and active members of the military.
Helping their students to be active and get away from computer screens after a year of remote learning. The Screen Free Week is a program that's hosted by towns in Oswego County during their school district's spring break week. Students are being given supplies for fun activities they can safely do at home, such as arts and crafts, reading books, and nature pamphlets. Organizers are happy to be back after last year's plans were canceled at the last minute because of the pandemic. This is the 14th year of the Screen Free Week, and it runs until April 3rd.
In recognition of National Dress in Blue Day, the Catholic Charities of Oswego County staff wore blue and helped raise awareness for colon cancer and to celebrate their new paid off for cancer screenings. Catholic Charities just recently announced their new policy while recognizing the importance of cancer screenings and their staff's health. The new policy will allow full and part time staff to receive paid time off on any calendar day to undergo any type of cancer screening.
If you fall into one of the categories to qualify for a COVID 19 vaccine, a new site has recently opened up in Oswego County. The Tailwater Lodge in Altmer will be hosting a COVID 19 vaccination site on April 1st with help from the Oswego County Health Department. This will be the first max vaccination site in northern Oswego County, and registration starts today. The site uses the Moderna vaccine, and anybody interested must also be available for another shot on April 26th for the second dose. You can make an appointment online at health.oswegocounty.com.
Governor Cuomo updated New Yorkers on the state vaccine program. In the last 24 hours, New York has administered over 170,000 vaccines, as well as over 1.3 million vaccines in the past week. As well as starting today, all New Yorkers over the age of 30 are eligible for the vaccine, and anyone over the age of 16 will be available starting April 16th. For more updates on the vaccine, you can visit ny.gov/vaccine tracker.
Well, as more New Yorkers are getting the vaccine, things are starting to look a little more normal. Governor Andrew Cuomo announced that college sports fans will be able to return to stadiums this Friday. Large indoor venues will be able to have 10% capacity, and large outdoor venues will be capped at 20%. Now, any college that has smaller facilities will be able to have a maximum limit of 50% capacity, and to make this possible, all attendants must either have a recent negative COVID test or proof of complete vaccination. We'll have more information about how COVID-19 is affecting college sports with Mike Morano later tonight. And coming up later tonight, see how the Justice Department plans to address and solve the problem with hate crimes around the country.
And an update on the murder trial of George Floyd. But first, a winter storm watch has been issued for central New York with a possibility of 5 to 10 inches of snow this Thursday. The heavy snow is predicted to weigh down trees and power lines, possibly causing power outages. The winter storm will start out as rain on Wednesday, but then switch over to snow Wednesday night and all Thursday. Thankfully, the snow will not last around for that long, with weekend temperatures in the 50s.
Most of central and northern New York is in a winter storm watch until Wednesday night into Thursday evening. More after that, after the break. Oh, wow.
The inherent right to work is one of the elemental privileges of a free people. Endowed, as our nation is, with abundant physical resources, and inspired as it should be to make those resources and opportunities available for the enjoyment of all, we approach reemployment with the real hope of finding a better answer than we have now.
Donate to Goodwill, where your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community.
Don't worry, 74 people were picked before me in the NFL draft.
To fight childhood obesity, United Way and the NFL are helping kids play at least 60 minutes a day.
Okay, time for the team obstacle course. Yay!
What this place needs is more healthy kids. To get involved or donate, go to unitedway.org/play60.
Now I get it.
Preventing wildfires. That's all Smokey wants for his 70th birthday.
Why is my son having trouble in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with my son over his homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No. He's smart, but his mind wanders.
7 wonders of the world.
Why don't you understand me?
I do. I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Redirecting to understood.org.
Join parents and experts at understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues to help your child thrive.
You make me wear my bike helmet. Taught me never to run with scissors.
So why do you keep a loaded gun in your drawer?
How safe is that?
You asked them to follow some safety rules. Now they're asking you. Never let your gun get into the wrong hands. Always. Lock it up.
Starting off tonight, we'll take a look at our one and only Hart Hall sunset cam. Beautiful sunset over Lake Ontario. Moving into the start forecast tonight, our current radar is pretty much mostly cloudy. Highs today reaching a high of 69. Winds were gusty today. High wind speeds reaching 14 miles per hour. Later tonight, or later tomorrow night, rain moves into the area. Tonight's with winds at south at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tomorrow's forecast, overcast with a high of 43, winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour, gusting at around 20 miles per hour tomorrow. Getting into the winter forecast, getting into Wednesday night's forecast, rain quickly switches over to snow. Oh my gosh, rain quickly switches over to snow. Now on to our 7-day forecast. Wednesday is rainy with a high of 43, low of 39. Thursday is snowy with a high of 43, low of 30. Friday, high of 36, low of 30, mostly cloudy. Saturday, temperatures are warming back up to the upper 30s, maybe 50s, with a low of 39. Saturday is also partly cloudy, high of 44, low of 39. Monday, high of 54, low of 30, partly cloudy. Thursday is also 46 degrees with the low of 39.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org. They say that when you're facing extreme danger, your life flashes before you. If you think that's sad, consider facing it before you even have enough life to flash before your eyes. Deaths and injuries can be prevented by using the right car seat. Visit safercar.gov/the-right-seat to know what is appropriate for each age and size.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Hart, what's going on? I'm leaving. Why? What did I do? Not enough. The pressure's too much. I quit. I get it. I can do better. Just please, don't leave.
Don't let your heart quit on you. Get your uncontrolled high blood pressure to a healthy range before it's too late.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. The Justice Department has launched a 30-day review of how to better combat hate crimes. It will examine how the DOJ can, quote, deploy all the tools at its disposal, end quote, to combat hate crimes across the nation. It comes on the heel of a spike of hate crimes and incidents, especially against the Asian American and Pacific Islander community. Attorney General Merrick Garland sent a memo to all DOJ employees Tuesday, listing 8 items he wants the department to review and consider. 2 areas targeted for improvement are tracking of reported hate crimes that might violate federal law and enhancing the available tools to respond to hate crimes.
A New York Asian woman is in the hospital with serious injuries after being attacked while walking to church. A surveillance camera captured the entire attack, along with a security guard who watched it all happen without intervening. Ali Bauman has the video.
Surveillance video shows a man kick a 65-year-old woman to the ground, stomping on her several times before police say he made anti-Asian statements. Sources tell CBS 2 he also said, "You don't belong here," and then ran off. This happened just before noon Monday on West 43rd Street. This is the suspect investigators are looking for. The Asian Hate Crimes Task Force tweeted the video saying in part, the cold-hearted building security guard not only failed to render aid, he closed the door on the victim.
It's really terrible how every single day there seems to be another incident.
The Hate Crimes Task Force is investigating this attack on the J train. One man beats and chokes a man police believe is Asian until he goes unconscious. Fellow riders watch without intervening. The video has been viewed over 1 million times on social media. Police are trying to track down its origin and identify both the victim and suspect.
What kind of hate is displayed in this kind of attack?
Dozens gathered in Queens Monday night for a candlelight vigil remembering the lives lost in the Atlanta shooting and standing with all victims of hate.
Asian Americans for too long in this country have been shamefully scapegoated because of ignorant fear.
NYPD numbers show at least 31 anti-Asian hate crimes citywide so far this year, but the department admits crimes against Asian Americans have long gone underreported.
We're just starting to learn how to speak out about something that has been happening for as long as we can remember.
The Asian Hate Crimes Task Force told us bystanders too often do not intervene when witnessing an attack.
Being silent is being complicit when we see our brothers and sisters being attacked.
Police are asking anyone with information about the attacks to contact them. They are also sending undercover Asian American officers onto the city streets.
During a speech at the State Department, Secretary of State Tony Blinken formally dismissed a Trump-era committee that supported ranking human rights. Blinken also revealed the annual reports on international human rights conditions. He described the committee's views as damage of the freedoms of LGBTQ people and people outside the United States. Though he did not name the committee directly, Blinken's comments are seen as a rejection of former Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's Commission on Unalienable Rights. Preliminary data suggests that an increase in anti-Asian hate crimes throughout the COVID-19 pandemic have occurred. A report by the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism shows hate crimes against Asians in 16 American cities increased by 149% in. There is a clear increase, showing over double the amount of anti-Asian hate crimes in 2019. We'll know the full extent of increases in anti-Asian hate crimes in November when the FBI releases its data from 2020.
Questioning of a professional mixed martial arts fighter who stumbled upon the last moments of George Floyd's life, and a witness whose video of the interaction between Chauvin and Floyd went viral. Camila Bernard breaks down the big moments of court today.
I believe I witnessed a murder. I felt the need to call the police.
That's what Tuesday's first witness, Donald Williams, a professional mixed martial arts fighter, said in court when asked why he called 911 after witnessing the last moments between former officer Derek Chauvin and George Floyd last May. Then a tense back and forth during the defense's cross-examination, attorney Eric Nelson repeatedly asking Williams if he became angry on scene.
You called him bogus.
I did.
You called him a bum at least 13 times.
That's what you counted in the video?
That's what I counted.
And that's what you got, 13.
Williams, who also works security, insisted he was controlled and professional the entire time. The next witness, a minor at the time, who did not testify on camera and was identified as DF in court documents, told the jury why she decided to pull out her phone and record what was happening outside Cup Foods.
It wasn't right. He was suffering. He was in pain.
She ended by telling the jury she still wishes she had done more to stop Chauvin.
It's like, it's not what I should have done. It's what he should have done.
In Minneapolis, I'm Camila Bernal.
The second day in the trial of Derek Chauvin for the death of George Floyd was filled with emotional witness testimonies. In the following days, the trial is expected to expand further upon the role of race in Floyd's death, as well as what caused his death.
The second large caravan of the year left Honduras on Tuesday for the Guatemalan border, hoping to reach the United States and escape the impact of natural disasters in the COVID-19 pandemic. Young adults and women carrying children make up the bulk of migrants traveling in the caravan. The migrants from Guatemala will add to the existing U.S. border crisis, involving the influx of undocumented migrant children at the U.S.-Mexico border.
The highest number of unaccompanied migrant children in U.S.-Mexican border facilities was recorded on Sunday. The numbers of detained children has increased each day since the federal government first started releasing data last week. This data exemplifies the Biden administration's continued struggle to move children to Health and Human Services, custody, and out-of-border facilities. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, border arrivals are higher than usual rate for this time of year.
Look at sports with Mike Morano.
Thanks, guys. We have a lot of college basketball drama, and Oswego sports just keeps facing roadblock after roadblock. More news on that after the break.
A boy born in Joplin, Missouri was fascinated by anything with wheels and a motor. The odds of him winning both the Daytona 500 and the Brickyard 400 in the same year, 1 in 195 million. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism, 1 in 68. I'm Jamie McMurray, and my niece has autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Looking for these? You drive Buzzed. It could be one very expensive ride.
First, you gotta make bail. Then pay me to get your car back.
Your insurance premiums will go through the roof.
And my legal fees just keep adding up. All told, it could end up costing you $10,000.
Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Cook foods to the right temperature using a food thermometer. 3,000 Americans will die from food poisoning this year. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
To Maddie, congrats on paying off all those student loans.
Finally, right?
How'd you manage that anyway?
I started tracking my spending, changed a couple of habits.
Wow, I'm kind of living paycheck to paycheck right now. I don't even know how I'm doing it.
Well, have you tried saving a little?
I want to, but where's that money gonna come from? Bill collectors, they're the worst. Am I right?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
Not home.
Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 News. I'm your sports anchor, Michael Morano, with all of your sports news for the day. Well, the COVID bug has been anything but nice to Oswego athletics. As we've already heard, both the softball and baseball team softball team has been put on the shelf until April 9th after playing 2 games against RIT. The baseball team has yet to play a game, but as of right now, is scheduled to play Brockport on April 3rd at 1 o'clock. But there is some good news. The men's tennis team kicks off their season and are scheduled to play April 1st against Oneonta at 3 p.m. Hopefully, we can see the COVID situation under control soon enough. The Oswego State women's lacrosse team has been working hard in preparation for the current spring season, and this could not be more exciting to get rolling. Our Trina Catterson reports on how the team is preparing, as well as the team's goals for the upcoming games.
The spring 2021 season is now underway. For women's lacrosse coach Brittany Howard, the main focus for the season isn't just winning games. Howard emphasizes that working as a team is what she wants to see from her athletes this spring.
Making sure the freshmen and the transfers are buying in and making sure everyone's on the same page. I think that's my biggest thing, and just helping them build the culture that we've had in the past and making sure everyone buys into the system.
Coaches aren't the only ones buying into the system. Selah Wiley, midfielder for the women's lacrosse team, earned her position as team captain following her successful but short season last year. In just 4 games played in 2020, Wiley scored 3 goals and had 2 assists. Similar to Howard, Wiley's thrilled to see what the team can achieve outside of practice in the upcoming games.
Just to figure out how everyone's going to work together on the field, what's going to work for us. I mean, we can obviously do a lot in practice, but we can't do everything, so just seeing it all connect on the field.
Although the team is relatively young, Oswego State will have to say goodbye to one senior this year. Cameron Sherman, attacker for the women's lacrosse team, has had an incredible 3 years of achievements. Sherman says she's excited to have one last ride on the field with her teammates, regardless of the COVID-19 guidelines intact.
Excited, kind of sad, but at least we didn't know what was going to be expected coming into the season. We didn't know if we were going to have one. So at least we get to play games, and I get one more last ride with everyone. So I'm really excited for that.
Trina Catterson, WTOP 10 Sports.
Fantastic story by Trina. Moving to some college basketball. Some more bad news for Syracuse. Just after losing in the Sweet 16 to Houston, they have one of their young, impressive players entering the transfer portal. Kadari Richmond will be looking to move on to another school to get more playing time. The freshman was a key defensive asset to the team as he ranked 4th in the ACC in steals and was one of only 5 players for the Orange to play every game for them this season. It is believed that Richmond received interest from Florida State and Kentucky. So let's see where his future holds after an impressive year. Sticking with some college basketball, we had an insane finish in the Women's Elite 8 game. Number 2 seed Baylor took on the number 1 UConn powerhouse, and it went right down to the wire. On a last play finish, Juwanjay Carrington for Baylor was stopped by the rim, and she was tightly covered and threw up a last-second shot that looked to be a foul on UConn, but no whistle was blown. Lots of controversy on that end, and many players on Baylor, including the coach, were visibly upset at the no call. This ended Baylor's hopes to carry on in the tournament, and for the 13th straight year in a row, UConn is moving to the Final Four. And with just 2 days until opening day, of course we need to have some Mets drama because it just simply wouldn't be baseball, I guess. Mets owner Steve Cohen and all-star shortstop Francisco Lindor met for dinner on Friday, and many believed a deal for an extension would be inevitable. The Mets sent Lindor their final offer of 10 years and $325 million. Lindor and his camp immediately rejected the offer, like they were appalled by $325 million, and made a counteroffer of a 12-year deal worth $385 million. The Mets have until tomorrow to reach a deal, or else they will have to wait until the offseason to resume talks. But
Nets hosting the Timberwolves, Kyrie Irving back after 3 games missed. It's just like he never left. Jump shot over Karl Anthony Towns. That is no easy task. And he's going to make that look so easy. We're going to get highlight after highlight after highlight with Kyrie Irving. Little bounce pass from Harden to Irving again. From downtown, Nets up by 8. We're not done yet. Blake Griffin to Kyrie Irving once again from 3. Easy. No problems there for Irving. Karl Anthony Towns now with the ball being guarded by Jeff Green. Jeff Green's going to give him no easy bucket as Karl Anthony Towns will have to push his way through for the layup there to cut into the Nets lead a little bit more. 4th quarter now. James Harden just way from downtown. They just make it look so easy. It is very insane to me how these guys just do this day in and day out. Time winding down, no, 1:04 left. Bruce Brown trying to get the ball stolen by Anthony Edwards. Timberwolves down by 3, gets the foul. Timberwolves cut the lead down to 1 with 58.6 seconds left now. Time winding down again, 23 seconds left. Anthony Edwards trying to get the jump shot, can't get it. There's a loose ball battle trying to get going here, and Bruce Brown will eventually jump on it, and the Nets take the victory over the Timberwolves, 112-107. James Harden, 18-0 against the Timberwolves at home.
Thank you for tuning in to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
Have a good night and stay safe.